What's up, beautiful people? Happy New Year. Happy 2023. I am so excited for this video because we are going to make a vision board, and it is going to be a little bit different than the vision boards that I usually make. Now, over the past few years, I have switched it up a bit. Last year, I did a giant vision board. The year before that, I did more of like a digital Canva vision board that I printed and put in a frame. And then the year before that, I did like my quintessential picture frame, not your average vision boards that really kind of took my channel to the next level. But anyway, vision boarding is something that I love to do. I've been doing it over the past few years, and I have noticed when I don't do it, it makes a huge difference in my focus, in my ability to just know and be clear on what I'm pursuing. And so I am so excited for this video because I'm gonna share with you some reflecting from 2022, and then we're gonna make a vision board for this year. So let's start with reflecting on 2022. Some of the highs, some of the lows. This is a part that you do not want to skip when it comes to setting your new vision, or like setting the vision that you have over the next however long, because when you don't know what you've done, what you've accomplished, what you haven't accomplished, your attitude, your mindset, when you're not aware of what you're currently doing, it's really hard to set new goals. So I always reflect before I start creating new goals, whether that's for the month, for the quarter, for the year. So let's get into some of the things that I actually accomplished and didn't do so well this past year in 2022. So I'm looking at my iPad, so if you see me glancing over, that's why. My word of the year, which I do every year, was discipline. Now, I think particularly I wanted to be more disciplined with working out, with meal prepping, with, just more of a healthy routine, which I don't know if I really did that this past year. I think I probably got like 65 to 70% there. Which is still progress. And that's something that I don't take lightly. I don't think that you have to completely master something in order for you to see progress in it or for you to become better at it. So discipline is definitely something I'm still carrying into this year and probably every year moving forward. But I will say that one of the biggest things that I did in 2022 was I launched 2 programs, the Creator to CEO course and the eBrand Creator College. We did a complete revamp of the eBrand Club because I was feeling really like just weighed down by that product. Like I was feeling like it just wasn't sustainable for the goals that I have set in the future. So we had to revamp that to be able to make it more sustainable for me and for like more valuable for our members. And they are loving the program, both of the programs. So I'm really thankful for that. Those were 2 big things. And one thing I noticed about my attitude is that when I launch something, I do a lot in a little bit of time and then I clunk out. Like I get burnt out after launches because it's so much content, it's so much stuff that has to get done. And so I learned big time that I need to spread things out. So over the last year, that was one of my big lessons. Is like, I cannot do all of this in 6 to 8 weeks. Like it needs to be something that is adequately planned and prepared for so that I don't clunk out once it's launched. Another big thing was I partnered with Nikon this year. It was my biggest and most favoriteest partnership. It's like a dream partnership, honestly. I love the brand. They are such an amazing team to work with. And honestly, this brand deal was bigger than all of my brand deals combined in 2021. So this one deal made me more money than all of my deals combined the previous year. So that was a huge accomplishment for me. I've never had a deal that large and something that feels like a true partnership. I also got booked for a lot more speaking engagements. This actually wasn't on my vision board. Actually, a lot of things that I accomplished last year weren't on my vision board last year. They were just kind of either on vision boards from before or not there and just were aligned with where my life is going. And so I also want you to know that just because you make a vision board for a period of time, that doesn't mean that it can't happen later on or sooner or whatever. So something to think about. But I got a lot of more speaking engagements. I spoke at Grow with Video Live and shared the stage with some huge people like Gary Vee and Alex Hermosi and just a whole bunch of powerhouses in the marketing and business industry. So super excited to have more of those in the future. We also did a lot of traveling, a lot of work traveling particularly. We did have one leisure vacation in the Bahamas, but that's definitely something that we're doing next year. You guys will see with my new goals. That was on my vision board. We did, however, book a big trip for next year, even though we didn't go on one. So, but we did a lot of work traveling. LA and New York, we went there multiple times. And then lastly, we hit 340 something thousand subscribers on YouTube, which is wild. I do have some social media goals for 2023, so I'm excited to share that with you. But overall, those were like the high points of 2022 and some of the things that I didn't completely make the mark on, but a lot of things that I went way over what I even expected. So very thankful. It was such a great year. Now let's get into the 2023 vision board. I'm actually going to share my screen with you because we are doing it on the computer. We are making a digital vision board. I have never done it this way before. I've seen quite a lot of people do it, but I don't know. I've just never really done it. So this year I'm going to do it. I'm going to make my phone screensaver my vision board, and I'm going to make my computer my vision board. One of the habits that I want to break is spending so much downtime on my phone. So I'm hoping that having my screensaver being my vision board is going to motivate me to put my phone down a lot more. So let's get into making the vision board, and I'll show you everything that's on it. Now, let's make our vision board. I'm going to do two different versions, one for an iPhone home screen and then another for an iMac because I want to have it in both places. So for here, you're just going to search iPhone lock screen and it will pop right up with this perfect size for the lock screen. And it's going to give you a whole bunch of template options.
Yeah. Hey, look, pressure on my shoulder, still I live. I've been sending prayers since my cousin worked the shift. Moving with the brightest, know the touch probably the Midas. If I exit, I'm excited, cause my father up in here. Yeah. I've been fighting battles on my lonely. I struggle to be still and know that he God is his will. Even when I sleep, the angel army, I don't got it, it ain't in me. No.
Okay, I am all done with my vision board. It did take me a while to get here because I was finicking around with all of the photos, playing around with the sizes. So this is not something that is just a quick little task, even though the time lapse may seem like that. It did take me a while. So let's get into breaking down all of these photos. So first thing is that my word of the year is exceed. I am expecting this year to completely exceed my expectations. But on top of that, I'm expecting to exceed my own expectations. I want to just really put in the work and have a mindset of exceptionalism. And I'm just really excited to see how it all plays out. So my word for the year is exceed. And then I also have a picture. So I have a couple pictures for some of the goals that are a little bit bigger. So this is a photo and it goes with this photo down here. We are looking for another space. And so we haven't announced exactly what that space is going to encompass, but we are looking for another space. We finished our lease with our previous office and we packed up everything, and now we are excited to move on and get something new. So I will share all of that once we are ready to share exactly what that space is going to be. But for now, that is what those two pictures are for. And then we also have a photo of a really special place in Europe that we have booked a trip for. We wanted to go somewhere in Europe this year, but we didn't get to, so we booked it and we are going this summer. So that is what these two beachy photos are. But I also have two on here because I want to have a brand sponsored trip. So that is also one of my big goals for this year, is to have an all expense paid overseas brand trip. And so that could be representative from one of those photos as well. Another thing I have on here is this 1 line a day journal. My sister actually got it for me a while ago, and I want to actually use it this year. I think that it would just be so cool to be able to look back and see just at least one sentence of a memory or a special thought that I had on that day. to just document a little bit more of my life as I'm growing and going through it. So this photo is of me and Cameron. I always put a photo of us on my vision boards because I just always want to prioritize our marriage and make sure it is top of mind and we're always staying connected and, you know, cherishing each other. So that is what that photo is for. This is a photo of my gym, and I just want to make sure I keep going there. So that's what that's for. My goal that I set is to work out 4 to 5 times a week. So that's why that's there. And then as well as meal prep. So one of my goals is also to have Mondays as a life admin day where I can prep food, organize the house, like run errands, do all the things that I need to get done to make sure that our lives run smoothly. And so I put this meal prep picture here to kind of remind me to take that time every week and make sure I'm prioritizing our health. And, you know, also this is going to help us save a lot of money from eating out and constantly going to the grocery store to buy ingredients on a day-to-day basis, okay? Another thing is I launched my creator college in 2022. And so I got this Letterman jacket made that just represents all of my brand products. And it has been so cool to see this program like impact so many people. So my goal for this year is to have at least 2,500 enrollees in the Creator College, which I know is so possible because the program just speaks for itself. So that is why that's there. Again, this is the photo of the space. We already went over it. The top 3 notebook is on here because I want to redesign it. I also want to launch a digital version of it this year so that all of the folks who are like super into sustainability and like, you know, all of that, they have been begging for a digital version. So we're going to work on that as well as a new design of the actual paper notebook. I put Afrotech on here because I really want to get more large speaking engagements. I spoke at a really big conference in 2022. So I want to keep that energy going. Even if it's not Afrotech, just I wanted something on here to represent a conference or something that I could speak at that I think my information will be valuable at. I put this photo here because we want to finish our basement this year. That's a big home project we have, so can't leave that out. And then my Chanel bag. Now, I had this on my 2022 vision board and it didn't come to pass. Now, noted that I didn't have a year on that vision board, so maybe that vision just hasn't come to fruition yet. So we're gonna put it back on here just because. The 12-week year is a book that I actually already read, but it's very tangible information. I love implementing it, and I started implementing it late last year. So my goal is to do it 4 times this year. And then moving up, as we're finishing up, I have this really fly girl. Now, I usually don't put photos of people that I don't know on my vision board. I try to keep it like me or like people that I know and personally aspire. But this girl is so fly. And the photo honestly reminds me to keep my wardrobe simple. I actually worked with a stylist who came to my house, did a closet clean out, helped me style some pieces that I already have. So this photo is here to remind me like simple style, make sure I get pieces that can be worn for a long time, but I don't need a lot. So I want to really have a more sustainable, like, you know, curated wardrobe for this year. And then this photo is the Jennifer Hudson talk show. I want to have more press features. I want to go on talk shows. That is like such a big dream of mine, to be a guest on a talk show and be able to share things about entrepreneurship or content creation or productivity. I just love, honestly, I love to talk, but I just love the environment of talk shows, especially when the host is easy to connect with. So even if it's not Jennifer Hudson show, but like the Tamron Hall show, Sherry Shepherd show, like there are so many cool talk shows, or all 3, child, who knows? Exceed is my word. So that's what I'm expecting. And then lastly is my YouTube goal. So my goal for this year is to upload 2 to 3 times per week, mainly 3 times per week, and to see my subscriber count go to at least 600,000 subscribers. Now this I actually made. So I took a screenshot of my channel and it said the number of subscribers that I currently have right here, but I switched the number to 600K in Canva so that I can just see the actual goal. I can see myself hitting that number already. It's already so. So this is my vision board for 2023. I combined a lot of habits, not just, you know, end result goals, but also just habits that I want to do, like the journaling, like the Mondays, like the working out, reading. Those are things that I really want to implement on a daily basis. So I put those on here as well. Okay, back to the camera. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you're planning to make a vision board for 2023. And I want to know what your word of the year is. So you know mine is exceed. So I want to know what yours is. And if you feel like telling me why, then please do. I'm going to be replying to comments for the first hour that the video is live. So please, let's chat. I'm excited to get to know what your words are and hopefully encourage you to stay the course. I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.